we are going to be clear, we are going to be decisive. Because for far too long, Kenya has been held hostage by incompetence, vested interests, and corruption. And I want to be very clear that going forward, it doesn't matter. We cannot keep complaining about countries that were with us, but today they are way ahead. Tutafanya processes ile iko na nyinyi mtekeleze sehemu yenu. Mwisho, kazi zile zingine zote tutashirikiana pamoja na nyinyi. Mimi tu nataka niwahakikishie hii mambo yote tunafanya ya Kenya, the transformation of our country. I want to promise the people of Kenya that the transformation of our country is not going to be delayed, is not going to be derailed, is not going to be sabotaged by incompetence of leaders or vested interests of people who want Kenya to be status quo, the beneficiaries of what is going on, or is not going to be damaged by corruption. We are going to be firm, we are going to be clear, we are going to be decisive. Because for far too long, Kenya has been held hostage by incompetence, vested interests, and corruption. And I want to be very clear that going forward, it doesn't matter. We cannot keep complaining about countries that were with us, but today they are way ahead of us. We cannot continue talking about Singapore. We cannot continue talking about Malaysia. We cannot continue talking about Korea. Even as recently as China. China 30 years ago was maybe lower than Kenya. Today, they are lending to us. We cannot continue that trajectory. Kenya is a country with great potential. It is this moment in history that we are going to unlock the great potential that Kenya holds. And we are going to make the necessary decisions to provide the necessary leadership for Kenya to move forward. We are going to deal firmly with vested interests and impunity, and we are going to deal decisively with corruption in whatever shade, in whichever institution. So nobody should threaten us. Nobody should blackmail Kenya anymore. We want to move the country forward, and we are going to ensure that Kenya moves forward. We are at a place where we have to make a decision. Statistics are there to show us. When Kibaki left office, tax as a percentage of GDP was 23%. By 2022, tax as a percentage of GDP was 14%. It had come down from 23% tax as a percentage of GDP to 14% tax as a percentage of GDP. And that is why we sank into debt. Because we did not want to do what other countries did. We did not want to do what Kibaki taught us that we should do. Kibaki alituambia kulipa ushuru ni kujitegemea. Na mimi naongezea kukopa na madeni ni kujiingiza kwa utumwa. So we have to make a decision. Do we want to be independent or do we want to be slaves? Because the choice is there. Wacha nirudie. Kibaki alituambia kulipa ushuru ni kujitegemea. Na mimi naongeza kuendelea kukopa madeni ni kujiweka kwenye utumwa. So we are not going to be slaves. Hatuwezi kujiweka kwenye utumwa, tutalipa ushuru ndio tuweze kujitegemea na kutetea uhuru wetu kama watu wa Kenya. We must tell each other the truth. We cannot continue to take the country in the wrong direction. So mimi nawashukuru sana, mjue tunawapenda sana. Mambo yale mengine yo